home, most of us spend a lot of our time in the kitchen. Well, we've got the perfect baking set for you because we all need the canisters and everything else, but so many of them just really don't work very well. Wait till you see this set. It is so cool. The features I've never seen before in any canister set, and you're gonna get all the pieces you need. 6 pieces of your baker's storage set. And this is from Progressive ProKeeper. When they say ProKeeper, they are not kidding. So I'm gonna introduce you to our very special guest. You probably see her with a lot of our chefs. Kat Chancey is joining me. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I have never seen the features that are in the storage set. They are so smart, so clever. We have the entire set at $49.95. That's our birthday price, but because it's our birthday and it's Tuesday, if it's Tuesday, we must have free shipping and handling, and we must have 5 flex payments. So that is to
level the
right?
flour,
When you're
because
measuring your
measuring
flour
is extremely important when you're baking. If you don't have it measured properly, and if you've ever baked a cake and it didn't rise all of the way like it should have, and you're a little bit sad because it takes a lot of time to bake, you maybe didn't measure the flour properly. So what's really nice about this is it has a place to store your leveler. A lot of times people will get into their flour and they might just do this, and that's not the proper way.
They give it the little shake.
Right, they just give it a shake, or you might grab out of your cabinet or out of your drawer a butter knife maybe, and that is dipped a little bit, so that's not going to give it a completely straight line. So you just take this and you level it off, and it gives you the perfect measure.
Right, and this is
every time.
This is designed to hold?
This is for flour. So it holds your standard flour bag, which is 5 pounds. You could use any kind of flour if you want to use whole wheat flour. I have some over here, in this one right here. And this snaps right here also. So you can do that.
Oh, look how clever. See?
Then you can measure it this way, which is really neat too.
I know, so you can store it here and there, but you're gonna get 5 pieces. You know what I'd love to do? I wanna, if I can,
go
walk
through each
over
piece?
and walk you through each piece. Actually, we can do it right here. They're all right here, so that you can see how they're gonna be so useful. But let's do that, and then we're gonna get into the specifics of each one. So you can get your 5 pounds.
5 pounds.
Holds 5 pounds of flour.
Or 15 cups.
Right, and then this one is gonna be for your
sugar.
Your sweet stuff.
4 pounds of sugar. It has a pour spout right here, which is really nice. So if you want to measure.
You don't have to measure anything. You just pour the sugar right on out. Love that.
Perfect.
Okay, so you're gonna get one for your sugar. This one over here.
Powdered sugar, and that has a special feature as well. So the powdered sugar actually comes with a leveler as well, which comes right out of here, and also will snap in here if you would like to store it there. It also has a powdered sugar shaker.
Okay,
so
cute.
1 teaspoon measure on this side, and then a powdered sugar shaker right here. So you put your powdered sugar in there, you close it up, and then you can put your powdered sugar.
It's worth it just for that thing.
It really is, and you know, I've done it before where I put a silver spoon in my powdered sugar because that's what I used to measure, and my powdered sugar started to taste like the silver spoon, and that's not how you want your powdered sugar to taste.
And then it stores right back in here, so you never have to go searching for it. Okay, so 1 for the powdered sugar, 1 for
the brown sugar.
The brown sugar. How much is this going to hold?
Right, so this is going to hold your standard bag as well, or it will hold, this one holds 6 cups, but this is what you would normally buy at the grocery store, so you bring it home and it goes right in there. And then it has a special disc that comes with that as well. You soak this disc in some water for about 10 minutes. You take it out, you dry it. You can either put it in here or in here, and what that does is it's going to pull the moisture into this, so you don't end up with this. And this is actually from my cabinet at home.
The brown sugar brick.
Do you hear that?
It is.
So you can't measure that. There isn't any way.
You could build a house with this stuff sometimes. It is so
really
hard. The way that brown sugar gets so hard.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
So
you can't measure.
It's always going to stay nice and soft.
It always will.
Look at that, because I didn't even know that the brick would do that. That's very clever.
It's a terracotta disc, and let's point out also that it has a silicone seal. Okay. And that's really important. I'll put some water in one in a minute and show you how well that holds.
And fresh.
And then you have this nice snap. And what this does is it also keeps any pests out of it. It keeps all of your moisture out. It keeps everything fresh. And then you get these 2 it's like a bonus, right? It's worth it for this.
Right.
You can keep your sprinkles in here if you want to put some over ice cream.
Ooh, that's
right?
Sprinkles make everything more fun, don't they?
It makes everything more fun, absolutely. But you could store anything in there. You can store your granola in there. You could store your any kinds of sprinkles. You can put your cinnamon sticks. You can take this in your lunchbox. This actually does come out. So if you wanted to store something that you didn't need to sprinkle, you could do that.
The seal is really nice
seals
too.
really well. It feels really good. And you can also put this for your baking powder or your anything. You could put your baking soda in there, your baking powder, and this comes right out. And it makes it a really nice way to store it in your refrigerator instead of this box. Because everybody's used to this box in your refrigerator. It gets a little bit wet. It gets a little bit
I have one
moist.
right now.
It falls over. It doesn't. It's not as pretty.
It's a mess.
It's not as pretty. So you do that, and you put this in here, and you store that in your refrigerator instead. You just snap that right in. And then you see, you just leave this out like this, put that over, and that's it.
Oh. Look, how clever is this set? I mean, and you're gonna get all of these pieces. They also will stack if you want them to stack up in your cabinet. So you can put them on top of each other. All the pieces, you get to see inside of them. You have that nice tight seal. But each and every one is designed specifically to work with your flour, to work with your sugar, to work with your brown sugar. That's the nice part of it. And you don't have to go looking for something to level the flour with.
Right, that's so nice because everything works very well for that. But I want to show you something really quick. I want to show you how well the seal works. So I have one over here. I'm going to pour some water in it.
Okay.
And it's colored water. I'm going to spill it a little bit higher on the counter. Okay. And then I'm just going to dry this off because I did spill it a little bit. But I'm going to show you with the seal. It's a nice silicone seal. This is a polypropylene container. Put it in just like this. I'm going to actually reach it for you here and show you how well the seal holds. So this is, I put a little bit of food coloring in the water so I can show you. And that is going to keep all of the moisture out. And that's really important, especially with your flours and with your sugars, because this is what you end up with when you open up your box and you open up your bag and then you have this in there. And also with your sugar. With your sugar, I don't know, I know that I have done this a million times. You buy the sugar and you pour out what you need, then you roll up the bag, and then you take out the bag, and you go to measure your sugar, and there's sugar everywhere. It's all over the floor, it's all over the countertop. You're now having to clean instead of just bake. And you really want to get into doing what you went in there for to begin with. But isn't that amazing?
Yeah, perfect. The whole set, it's just such a well-designed set. I think that a lot of us buy the canisters. I'm thinking of my parents' canisters, and they're just copper. They don't have any kind of seal on them. You just kind of just put the top on it.
Right.
What do you think is crawling in there? Those little tiny ants.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
It drives me crazy. I don't know how many times they keep replacing their sugar. They need to replace their canisters. You get the whole set. You're gonna do everything, all 6 pieces for $49.95. But don't forget, it's Tuesday, 5 flex payments on everything less than $10, and you get that free shipping and handling. I'm obsessed with that little thing.
Do you want to try that? It's so nice.
Yes, I do. Okay, so you just fill it up. Look at this. Instead of having to get out that great big, what do you call that thing? Sifter.
The sifter, right.
Instead of having to get out the great big sifter.
Right.
And this is perfect because typically we just want to put it on like a little cupcake or just, just a little dust here or there. Look how clever. And see, you just fill it up with whatever you want.
And then it stores right back in here. And what's really nice about that is you now don't have to clean your sifter. You can use your sifter for other things.
I'm going to sift on.
You can rinse your berries.
I need some more stuff. Okay. I'm going to sift on my. I'm not going to sift on the ice cream.
Sift it on my hand.
Okay. Make it snow.
Sugar.
So
and it stores right back here.
See.
And this is a teaspoon measure over here if you wanted to measure it.
You can even leave it, in there.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to seal it up, so it's going to be
going
nice
to seal
and
it
tight.
up. Right.
Love that.
I absolutely love it.
So one more time, if we could, just go through the features, because I want you to understand that each and every one of these is not just another canister. This is really made for the items that we typically store in it, starting with my flour.
Right,
so it's going to have a level right there.
Has a level right there. You can either leave it in there or you can remove it out. But this, see how nice and straight that is? It gives it a perfect measure. Then it has that nice seal, which, like you said, is going to keep all of your pests out, which is extremely important. Then you have the sugar container, and this one holds 4 pounds of sugar, which is really nice. And it has a nice pour spout on it. And because it has that really nice silicone seal on it, you're not worried about spilling your sugar absolutely everywhere, which
So
is
we
really
have it
important.
for the powdered sugar as well. That's going to have the sifter right in there. In addition to that, you're going to get 2 of your other small. Oh, well, you got
The brown sugar
The brown
is so
sugar
important.
is so smart because it's got a little disc.
Right.
You put this in water, and it keeps this nice and soft,
Right.
so it doesn't turn into that brown sugar
brick.
disc.
Right, I know. This is so,
Brick.
it's embarrassing. I should be embarrassed to tell you that.
2 of
I got that
these
in my
that are like
cabinet.
little sifters. I think this is so smart.
I love that.
Clever set. Okay,
I love it.
$49.95. Kat, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Leave a cupcake. It's all dusted.
Oh, it's all
pretty
for
now,
you.
Right?
It's all for you. I'll set
That
it
is probably
aside.
not a good thing.
Thank
Did you
you.
see me with the ice cream yesterday? Go to my Facebook page.
Oh my goodness, I did.
Yeah, we got a little crazy with that. Yeah, I need a little exercise after that. And Bill Duggan is probably not going to give me much because he's got the Swagtron, and that is the way you're going to get around. And let me tell you what, it is one of the